What's up YouTube? It's your boy back with another video for you guys. Today we're going to be looking over the Australian 2021 Men's ICC T20 World Cup squad. We're going to be looking at all the players that have been selected to play, players that have missed out, and we're going to be looking at their schedule. So let's get straight into it. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button. If you are a fan of sports, we do sports content every day. Good vibes always. So let's get straight into it. Australia. These boys have not won a T20 World Cup ever. So they're going to be starting their run on October 23rd against South Africa. Of course, Australia is in Group 1. They have South Africa, England, West Indies in their bracket. So they're going to start it off on the 23rd against South Africa. That's going to be a good game. Their next matchup's on the 28th to be announced. That's going to be one of the lower teams. After we find out who qualifies. 30th October, they're going to face off against their rivals. England versus Australia, that's going to be a great game. And then on the 4th, they're going to play another lower squad. And to wrap up their group play of Group 1, they're going to play the West Indies. So now that we know what Australia has ahead of themselves, let's take a look at their squad. Who they've selected to face up against these tough opponents: South Africa, England, West Indies, and even some of the associate teams. Let's go straight from the top to the bottom. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The squad that will be representing Australia in the ICC 2021 T20 World Cup. The skipper, we're going to start it off with Aaron Finch. Hey, you can't argue with that. Finchy, solid batsman. Solid fielder, good leader. I can't argue with that. Ashton Agar, we have a baller there. He's of course a handy spinner that can also bat lower down. Moving on to Dan Christian, all-rounder. You guys can see 38. He's experienced, good slogger of the ball. So that's also a very good selection. Adding some experience into the lineup there. We have Pat Cummins, pacer, absolute phenomenal baller. Great selection there. Nathan Ellis, interesting selection there, a baller, right arm, fast medium. Josh Hazelwood, Josh Ingles. We have Mitchell Marsh, the all-rounder. Glenn Maxwell. Big Show has been selected, so welcome back to Glenn Maxwell. Kane Richardson, Daniel Sams, Steven Smith, the middle order batsman, yes sir. Leg break googly, he's in the squad for the World Cup. Mitchell Stark, Marcus Stoinis, Mitchell Swepson, Matthew Wade, David Warner, the other opening batsman, and Adam Zampa, the leg break spinner. To wrap it up, the squad you guys see right there representing Australia in this T20 World Cup. I see a lot of experience, a lot of potentially devastating batsmen that can finish the game in the first 10-15 overs. We see David Warner and Aaron Finch that are going to be in the top order, probably opening. Matthew Wade's going to be the keeper batsman. I'm sure Australia is going to send them up the order. How do you guys feel about this lineup? I'm very interested and excited to see that they did bring Steve Smith, David Warner back, Marcus Stoinis, Big Show Glenn Maxwell. Of course, love seeing his big hits. And one thing that I'm noticing that is kind of surprising is that they did go with Josh Ingles over a batsman like Carey or even Josh Philippes. It's interesting to see that, but he's of course a very good slogger of the ball also, so that's justifiable also. Kane Richardson comes back into the lineup. That's also a great addition. He adds experience and depth. This Australian team is looking very solid indeed. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie and say that I see a lot of weak spots, because I don't. They're strong with the bowling with Pat Cummins, Mitchell Stark with the ball, and of course Josh Hazelwood bringing the swing. And you also have the option of Kane Richardson. You have Stoinis and Maxwell, the all-rounders that can absolutely create havoc with both bat and ball. And I mean, it's looking like a solid squad. Now let's talk about some of the players that have missed out in this lineup for the World T20 Cup coming up here in October, starting October 17. Some names that I personally think of is Chris Lynn. I would have liked to seen them take a chance with Chris Lynn, possibly another experienced slogger of the ball. He's an absolute punisher of the ball, and him at the top of the order. But I can understand they have David Warner, Aaron Finch, and Matthew Wade at the top. A lot of batting with Steve Smith. But I would have liked to seen Chris Lynn in this T20 World Cup. Ben McDermott is another name that missed out. He's absolutely can demolish the ball also. And if you think of some of the bowling options, Guy Richardson also missed out. So I mean, it's a very balanced squad, but could there have been some changes? Like maybe instead of Nathan Ellis or Mitchell Swepson, we add Guy Richardson to the Australian squad, or even a Ben McDermott. We can sit here and talk about that all day, but once the tournament starts, as we said, it's starting on the 23rd for Australia. We're gonna see how these boys perform, and these are the guys that have been selected to represent their nation, and it's a solid group of guys. It's definitely a solid group of players that can create some good moments for their team, and they have a track record. I mean, absolute match winners on this squad, so it's gonna be interesting. I want to know your guys' thoughts on this Australian squad. Comment below who do you guys like, who do you guys think deserve to make this squad, and what are your predictions coming up in this World Cup in these fixtures for Australia.